Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
This is The Best Pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it. Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
And I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show. And let's see. I think we talked about Oscars the last time that we were on the show. We were talking about...
Like a recap of,
Right.
of who won and stuff like that.
And we were talking about this week about actors that hadn't won before, because Joaquin Phoenix
Finally won.
finally won. Yeah.
And, you know, I feel personally that he should have won before at least one other time. So, good for him. I mean, definitely good for him.
Yeah, he's one of our favorites.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. As far as, I mean, we're going to do actors and actresses both. I don't have this in any particular order, but the first one I wrote down is Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
You know, I know he was nominated for La La Land. I don't know. Yeah, he was nominated for Lars and the Real Girl.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Blue Valentine. Was he nominated for that?
Yep. But a couple that, like, I thought he was really good in that he didn't get nominated for was The Ides of March.
Oh, right.
Did you see that?
With George Clooney. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you lent it to me.
Yeah, I thought he was really good in that. I thought he was really believable. And one when he was younger, before he became a star, Murder by Numbers.
I don't think I know that one.
Him and Sandra Bullock, Michael Pitt, Ben Chaplin. It's a mystery. You know, he plays a high school punk that him and his buddy have nothing better to do, so they plan like the perfect murder. And then Sandra Bullock is the detective that's investigating him and stuff. It's a good movie. It's, you know, I mean, like I said, he was young. This was 2001, maybe 2002.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that's the first thing. Oh, you know what? Actually, another one he was in. The first one I actually remember him being in was Remember the Titans. He was in Remember the Titans.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. So he's been in some really good movies. You
That
know?
one probably wasn't nominated.
I don't think
Remember
it
the
was.
Titans, and that was a pretty powerful movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Says he was in The Notebook too. Did you see The Notebook?
no, I didn't see The Notebook.
Blade Runner 2043.
I haven't seen that either.
That was real good.
Was it? I heard it was.
You know what? I really loved that movie, like 3/4 through, and all of a sudden it got into this fight scene, and then I was distracted, and I was like, I don't care about this. I'm looking to see what else he's done here. He's done a lot of good stuff.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I mean, I feel like
What about this one, Drive?
I haven't seen that, but I heard
we
that's
gotta
good.
see that. We gotta see that.
I just saw the previews for that actually on one of the movies that one of the DVDs I own. It was on the preview, and no, it looked really good. I think Albert Brooks was actually nominated for Best Supporting Actor for that.
Yeah, here's another one I haven't seen.
That's good. The Place Behind the Pines. That's
Yeah.
a good movie. That's him and Bradley Cooper. He's actually not in it that much. See, he wasn't nominated for Lars and the Real Girl. It was Half Nelson was the other one he was nominated for.
Oh, all right.
Which I haven't seen either. Crazy Stupid Love is good. I think you did you tell me about that?
You borrow your pen. Crazy Stupid Love. Isn't that Steve Carell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
a
he's
good
the guy
one.
that like tutors Steve Carell how to get women. Yeah, I mean Golden Globes. Oh, he wasn't nominated for Blue Valentine either, for an actor for an Oscar.
Oh.
But Golden Globes, La La Land, he won for La La Land. He was nominated for The Ides of March, Crazy Stupid Love, in the same year, both of them for drama and comedy, and then Blue Valentine and Lars and the Real Girl. So I mean, he's had a pretty good career.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I feel like his time's coming. You know, he's my age. I think I'm like a couple months older than him. You know, so he's still relatively young. But
Good choice.
yeah, no, I like a lot of the movies he's in, and plus
Yeah.
I just watched Ides of March. So, all right, what do you got?
I picked Willem Dafoe. That's the first name on my list because he's been nominated several times.
Colin, you want to get in on this?
Colin loves Willem Dafoe.
Colin wasn't happy that I didn't have him on my list.
And you know what I love about him? He's not necessarily doing big budget movies.
No.
He's doing a lot of independent stuff.
Yeah. What's your favorite Willem Dafoe movie?
Oh, you can't do that to me, man.
What do you mean?
He's so good in all
Come on.
everything.
It's got to be Platoon, right?
Oh, I hate that movie. His performance is amazing, though.
Platoon's awesome.
The movie's terrible.
No, it's not.
It's really good. I don't like it.
Let me guess. You like Spider-Man. That's your favorite
I haven't
one?
seen that one since I was a kid. But, Willem Dafoe's real good.
No, he is. He's a really good actor. Very talented
And
actor.
neither one of you two have seen the Netflix movie Death Note, but he plays a god of death, Shinigami, and he does the creepy vibe very, very well.
You know what surprises me that I did not realize until just now? He's been nominated for 4 Academy Awards.
Oh, I know. I believe it.
I did not know that. I would have said 2.
Maybe we'll have to look him. Let's look him up. Willem Dafoe.
At Eternity's Gate was the one he was just nominated for. Then the Florida Project the year before. Shadow of a Vampire, which I haven't seen, 2001, and then
Oh,
Platoon.
that's the one where he plays.
It's him and John Malkovich, right?
Is John Malkovich? It's that famous movie, Nosferatu, and he plays Max Schreck in that movie, which is pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's John Malkovich and
Familiar
William
with that
Dafoe.
He's
Either
amazing.
one of you seen the one where he's Jesus Christ?
I haven't seen much.
The Last Temptation of Christ. Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen much of William Dafoe, to be honest with you.
Willem.
Whatever.
Oh yeah.
He's talented though.
Here's one he did with a dog, and because Call of the Wild came out and it made a bunch of money. Called Togo, and I totally missed it. I wanted to go see that movie.
Togo?
Togo, yeah.
Never heard of it.
He was in Motherless Brooklyn, which is
Oh,
on my
was he
list
in
to
Motherless
see.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, and that's on Netflix, so that can be seen. The Lighthouse, which he did with what's that actor's name? He was a good-looking guy. He was in The Vampire.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. The Lighthouse. I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's gotten some good word of mouth. I'd like to see that. He's in Aquaman.
Surprised Colin didn't mention that.
Yeah. Oh, he was on Murder in the Orient Express. The Florida Project. He was nominated for that.
For that, yeah.
For Best Supporting Actor.
Yep.
And not a real. That role was not a real big stretch or anything. He didn't get into any like super dramatics or anything, but it was his playing, like kind of a steady role, creating a character. It was great. I mean, he's a talented actor.
No, he's a very talented actor.
One of my favorites.
He's very. It's just hard watching the scene in Platoon
Yeah.
when he gets killed, because it's like he's such a likable guy, and Sergeant Barnes is such an unlikable guy, and it's like it just.
He's a little guy. In that movie, Mississippi Burning.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I forgot about Mississippi Burning. That might be my favorite movie of his, other than Platoon.
And
Have you
he's-
watched it yet? Dude, watch it. It's a really, really, really good movie. Tell him.
It is. It's an excellent movie.
Excellent movie.
He stands next to Gene Hackman, and he's like dwarfed by Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman's a good-sized guy. I bet he's
Yeah,
about 6'2".
Yeah, he's not huge. No, he's not. Yeah, exactly.
But Willem Dafoe's like a tiny little guy. Okay, you pick one now.
All right, I'm going actress.
Okay, let's do actresses.
Amy Adams.
Yeah, top of my list.
Yeah, top of my list too. I didn't realize she's been nominated for 6 Academy Awards. I didn't know she was up there that high yet.
And some great ones too. She was in Junebug. She got nominated.
Junebug, Doubt. Doubt was actually really good. I was surprised. The Fighter, I thought she should have won over Melissa Leo.
Right.
I thought she was better than that.
I agree with you.
The Master, I haven't seen. American Hustle, I haven't seen.
Oh, you haven't seen American Hustle?
I have it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude,
I know.
that's a great one.
I know. And Vice. She was nominated for Vice, which I haven't seen. But I mean, she's an excellent actress. I mean, I can't believe she didn't freaking win for Man of Steel. Because that was such a great movie, But no, I mean, and she's like, Junebug, like, didn't really like necessarily make her a household name, but it gave her credibility as an actress.
Oh yeah.
And now, over the years, it's like she's a star.
Yeah.
She can headline her own movie. She doesn't need to be on the coattails of a big male lead or anything like that.
No.
Whereas Junebug, it was like nobody had ever heard of her really. I never have, and I've watched movies for like ever. But
Was American Hustle, was that Ryan Gosling?
No.
No, it's
Christian Bale, Jeremy Renner, Bradley Cooper,
right.
and Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, yeah, that's an
good-
excellent
that's
cast.
a good cast.
You should see that.
And that's David O. Russell.
Yeah.
Nominated for 10 Academy Awards, 1-0.
Whoa.
Isn't that shocking?
It is.
I watched the Oscars that year. I was rooting for it. I hadn't even seen it. And it's just.
It's really good. I mean, that's how they got that cast. It's because they had a great script to work with, and then they executed.
And that's
on
based
it.
on a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They execute. Here's my actress, all right? Because I think she holds the record. Glenn Close, been nominated the most times without a win.
She was just nominated.
Was she with?
This past year or the year before?
Recently, she was nominated. I guess the last time was. Oh no, you're right. For The Wife.
Yeah. What was that? This past year or the year before? It was.
I think it was the year before.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Because she was another one, like I was going to mention to you, that it seems like she'd been out of Hollywood as far as movies.
Yeah. Well, I think she's a little bit older.
She was doing TV. I think she did that show Damages.
There she is.
She's got to be, what, late 60s maybe?
Yeah, because I was reading an article and it kind of said well, that might have been like her last 1947. So she's 70.
72 or 73, depending on when she was born.
This past week. So
Yeah,
she's 73.
Happy birthday, Glenn.
If you're watching our show, if you're a big fan of our show.
So, I'm guessing Fatal Attraction is one that she's nominated for. How many is she nominated for, by the way?
7.
Wow. So Amy Adams is on her coattails.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm guessing Fatal Attraction.
She was nominated for a movie called Albert Nobbs. Did you see that? Where she dresses up like a man? I don't know what the whole thing is. For some reason, she's dressed as a man and lives as a man in England. Turn of the century.
Do I need that? Thanks for getting out of our camera, Colin.
So she, yeah, exactly. She's been nominated like 7 times.
I don't think I've seen a lot that she's been in, you know? And I think that's the problem I have with a lot of or the lack of actresses that I have on my list is I don't really watch a lot of female-driven movies. And it's just, I guess it's just not my style. Like, I'm an action, I'm a horror kind of guy, And I know that there are horror movies that are female driven and led or whatever, but they're generally not the type of actress that you would associate with not having an Oscar,
Right.
So, I mean, what is your favorite Glenn Close movie?
I'm thinking, what is it, Dangerous Liaisons?
Oh, I forgot about that. She must have been nominated for that.
I'll bet she was.
Yeah.
I bet she might have been nominated right off the bat for, God, how come I can't remember the name of this? It's about the funeral, The Big Chill.
I forgot about that, too.
I think she got nominated for that.
Yep, I bet she did, too. I'm going to throw a dark horse out there with my next actor, Nick Nolte.
Oh, Nick Nolte.
I watched Warrior not that long ago.
I was thinking about
He
that.
was nominated for that, and he is excellent in Warrior.
He probably should have won.
I
looked it up, and whoever won that year, I didn't think that they were as good as Nick Nolte.
I mean, he was one, too, that hadn't been around for a while.
Oh, what am I looking up? I should be looking up years here.
What was that, like 2012, maybe?
Wrong one.
I would say.
Oscars. Oh, yeah, I got to pick the right word. The right year here.
Yeah, I would check 2012. But, he got really big in the, what was he? He was.
He got beat out by Christopher Plummer.
Oh,
For
really?
a movie called Beginners, which I haven't seen.
Oh, I do remember that.
And it says Christopher Plummer became the oldest winner of a competitive Oscar in an acting category at age 82.
Wow.
And this was what, would you say, 2012?
Yeah.
He was just in a movie. He was in Knives Out.
Yeah.
And he was playing a guy that had his 85th birthday, but he was older than 85.
Yeah.
He's closer to 90
It's funny
right
because
now.
it's generally the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That is funny.
So he beat out, so that year was Christopher Plummer, Jonah Hill from Moneyball, Max von Sydow in Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, Kenneth Branagh, My Week with Marilyn, which I watched probably within the past few months, and he played Laurence Olivier.
Really?
Right. So he got nominated for that, and Nick Nolte in Warrior.
I think Warrior is the only one I've seen of those. Or no, Moneyball I've seen. I thought Nick Nolte was better than Jonah Hill in Moneyball, though. But
That probably was Nick Nolte's big shot right there.
yeah, I think he was nominated a couple times. I think he was nominated for like the Prince of Tides, maybe. Does that sound like a
Yeah,
Nick Nolte?
that sounds right. Because he was a lead
But
there.
he was also really big in the early '80s doing the 48 Hours movies. You know, those weren't Oscar-worthy movies, but I mean, they were both good movies.
Yeah.
You know, they're big-time movies. You know.
Yeah, I like Nick Nolte. Well, you know who else I like? Here's one of my favorite actors, Edward Norton. And I'm sure he's been nominated a few times.
He's on
I know
my
he was
list.
nominated for that Bird movie.
Yeah, Birdman.
Birdman that I didn't like.
Well, I think he was nominated. I want to say he was nominated for Primal Fear,
I think he was.
and I know he was nominated for lead actor for American History X. When you pop his name up on IMDb, that's the first thing they show you is a picture of him looking crazy in American History X. So I'm gonna guess, yeah, three Oscars. So, you know,
Which he probably deserves because I think he's that good.
yeah,
But I think he's got a reputation of being very hard to work with. So
yeah.
he helmed his own project in that
Motherless Brooklyn. You haven't seen that, right?
No.
No.
It's on Netflix though, so it's going to be one of my next movies that I watch. And I don't know, I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah. No, he's a good actor. He's a very good actor.
I listed a couple of other ones. Here's some big names that haven't won, right? Johnny Depp, who I know some people don't like Johnny Depp.
I don't
but
like Johnny
I
Depp.
think he has talent. Though he hasn't done anything really noteworthy.
You know, he was
Why?
nominated for the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
He actually won the Golden Globe over Sean Penn and Bill Murray for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
You know, that's crazy.
That's
I mean, the Screen Actors Guild, not the Golden Globe.
Tom Cruise. We've
Tom-
talked about this before, Tom Cruise. And I don't know what you think about him, but he's real good in what he does. I think he can step outside the box. I think he's got the ability, and I think he's going to win an Academy Award someday.
Who, Tom?
Not that he's my favorite actor, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, no, I definitely do.
But I think a movie you bring up a lot is Collateral,
Yeah.
where he kind of jumps outside of his regular Tom Cruise.
He's certainly not a bad guy very often.
No.
You know, it's like, it was almost like watching, it reminded me kind of like watching Denzel Washington in Training Day. It's like you don't expect him to play that kind of character because he's always on the other side. He's always the person that's right. He's the good guy. Speaking of which, I watched Crimson Tide recently.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that. 'Cause the only movie I could think that he was really bad in before that was Interview with the Vampire. You know, I don't think I could think of another movie that he was actually the bad guy in the movie. You know, because he's always like in A Few Good Men.
Right.
You know, he's a good guy. Jack Nicholson's the jerk. You know, it's just. But he's got some good movies too, though. I mean, like not just Oscar-worthy movies, but like just like he was like the ultimate like '80s action star. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like Days of Thunder, Top Gun. You know, I mean, but he also had some dramatic roles. Like I was surprised he didn't get nominated for Rain Man. You know, because I thought he was good as like the egotistical, I'm better than you. You know, like I'm stealing you because you have what I want.
Yeah.
You know, younger brother. But no, he's a really good actor. He's been nominated for 3 times. He was nominated last, I believe, I want to say for Magnolia.
Yeah.
He was nominated for Jerry Maguire, and he was nominated for
Born on the 4th
Born
of
on
July.
the 4th of July.
Yeah. That was a noteworthy one for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of girly, but I thought he was pretty good, Jerry Maguire. I thought he kind of nailed that performance.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I think he nails all his performances. I just don't think he tends to go outside. He kind of keeps it pretty pretty close for himself.
Yeah.
But he's very
agree
good
with
at
that.
it. I've
Yeah.
heard that he's just a driven person, and then he's just channeled that into his craft, what he's doing. He's the same age I am. I know he is. Probably within a matter of weeks. I mean, that's how close. And he looks good. He looks
Yep.
good for his age. You know,
He,
you wouldn't think he's as old as me.
He does his own stunts, you know. I don't know if you remember when he almost fell off that building in like Egypt or whatever, or wherever it was, you know. It's like, dude, you're gotta be worth $300-400 million. What are you doing? I mean, I know that you are driven or whatever, but don't take those chances. You know, I mean, that was all over the news because, I mean, it's Tom Cruise jumping from a freaking skyscraper to another one, and he almost fell. You know, it's like, Jesus.
It's too much.
It is.
Who else should we hit?
Just to throw out an actress, she was nominated actually for her first Oscar this year, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah?
You know, very good. I mean, I didn't think she was. I thought she was good in Marriage Story, but like I said, I think she was overshadowed by how good Adam Driver was, and Laura Dern. You know, I mean, but she's had some noteworthy performances. I mean, Lost in Translation.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a big breakout role for her, pretty much. The Girl with the Pearl Earring was a pretty big movie. Those were both the same year, I believe. So she's had some good ones. I can't think of some of the other ones.
Wasn't she like Ghost in the Machine? Is that what it's Ghost? What was it called?
Ghost in the Shell?
Ghost in the Shell. That's it. He laughs at me because I don't remember these things, but it was. I guess it was a. I don't know. It was not a comic book. What do they call it? Anime.
Anime. Yeah.
It was anime. So
Nobody watches anime. Come on.
I should pick an actress here too. You know, I'm kind of a fan of Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
She got nominated for My Week with Marilyn, which I've watched relatively recently, and I thought she was really good playing Marilyn Monroe. I thought she was good in.
I think she was nominated for Blue Valentine, wasn't she?
She was nominated for Blue Valentine. I thought she was real good, and she played opposite Casey Affleck in.
Manchester by the Sea.
Right.
Yeah.
And got nominated for that too, which she should have been. She's really good.
You know
She's
what?
almost good in
A
everything.
movie was good that I feel like didn't get as much Oscar, or didn't get any Oscar love or whatever, but I thought it should have, I thought she was really good in Shutter Island. You know, I mean, I thought there were a couple of good performances in Shutter Island. Maybe not necessarily a Best Picture nominee or Best Director nominee or even lead actor, but I thought there were a couple of good supporting performances in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Ben Kingsley was great, you know, as the warden. Or not the warden, as the psychiatrist or whatever, the
Right.
head doctor.
He could be nominated. I didn't put him on my list, but I really like Ben. Well, Ben Kingsley has.
He
won
has an Oscar for Gandhi, yeah.
But
Speaking of Shutter Island, the person I have on my list, Mark Ruffalo. I feel like he deserves an Oscar. I feel like he's really good in everything he's in.
he is.
You know.
But if you think about it, he hasn't done anything where he's really like gone like outside of his comfort zone. You know, maybe the wrestling movie. Where
Foxcatcher, yeah, he was good in that. He was really good in that. The Kids Are All Right.
Yeah, he was nominated for that.
Yeah, he plays the father. But I just feel like he's another one of those actors where it's going to be his time.
Yeah.
One of these days, it's just going to be his time. He's too talented of an actor, and he seems like, other than doing like the Hulk, the Avengers as the Hulk, he seems pretty choosy. Like not just going after movies for the money.
Yeah.
But just going after he prefers the roles over the money, so to speak.
There's a lot of good
I think
people.
we've got time for maybe one more.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
I like Woody Harrelson, and he's been nominated
It's just
several times.
so surprising that Woody Harrelson does not have an Academy Award.
He did this movie I was looking up called The Messenger. Did you see that?
Yeah, with Ben Foster.
Yeah, it looked interesting to me.
He was nominated for that, right? He was nominated
He was nominated for it.
A Messenger. He was nominated for 3 Billboards.
He's probably nominated for.
He deserved a 3 Billboard supporting actor.
I
He deserved it.
I almost want to say the other one was The People versus Larry Flint.
Yeah.
Was he nominated for that?
I'm sure he was. Yeah, he was.
I think that was because I know he was nominated for 3.
What's the other Oliver Stone movie?
Natural Born Killers.
Was he nominated for that?
No. I think Hollywood was kind of against nominating that because it was promoting too much violence. But it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I think he's kind of an underrated actor. I don't think people expect as much from him.
He's generally not the lead in much.
No.
You know, he's generally like the supporting player. You know, I mean, he was a lead in, obviously, The People versus Larry Flint and Natural Born Killers, but like The Messenger, supporting actor nominee, 3 Billboards, supporting actor nominee, you know, so he's not, I mean, I think he certainly could be someone, I'd go see a movie that just because he's in it.
And interestingly, he kind of came into his own. He was on Cheers.
Yeah.
Right? So he came from a situation comedy. And at the time, Ted Danson went the opposite way almost, where he was in the movies and then he took the television show. And then, I mean, I guess he did do some stuff. He did 3 Men and a Baby and things like that afterwards. But you don't really hear, when's the last time you heard about Ted Danson? Ted Danson does a TV show.
Becker. That was the last time I saw anything he was in, and I loved him. He was great as Becker.
I think he's got a show now.
Does he?
But I don't know. I don't watch TV that much, so.
One movie I wanted to mention quickly because we're out of time. Zombieland. You just watched it. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot.
It's fun, isn't it?
I especially liked the Bill Murray's turn in the movie. I think that part kind of like just made it for me.
Yeah, definitely a fun movie.
I haven't seen the second one yet. I don't know if I want to see it. I don't know if it could. Did you see the second one?
It's like Super Troopers 2. It's like I don't know if I want to watch it because I know I'm going to be let down. I absolutely know it. I don't know. Next week you want to do the pictures that haven't.
We should.
The best pictures that won that shouldn't have.
Yeah. We got to go through that.
And I mean, if we're around next week.
I actually went back 20 years. So I was looking at everything from 2000 forward and trying to look at the movies and see. There are a lot of good movies. One of my favorite movies got nominated, and I didn't realize it. A Serious Man was nominated for Best Picture, and I was like, that blew my mind, and I was really happy about that.
All right, well, that's all the time we have this week, unfortunately. Right. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
These are the ones you don't want to miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Here's Johnny.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.